This is Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity. Okay, here we are, in Crucible Keep. We just successfully blessed the hammer. Let's see. Oh yeah, now we did the first part of the blessing. Now we have to go to Magron's Fork to do the second part of the blessing. That's right. So that's what's up first for us. That is what's up first.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Don't mind us training guys. Just ran right between those two while they're fighting. Don't mind us. Excuse me, excuse me. Slowly loading here. Alright. We'll come out through the First Fires District.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I love hearing that. Alright, Magron's Fork, let's go. 1 day, 18 hours, 30 minutes. That's a long journey. Doesn't look that far on the map. So we go to Magron's Fork, we'll do the other part of this hammer blessing business, then we will figure out what we want to do from there. Where is the Shrine of Magron? It's right here. Oh! Wait a minute. Who are these people? Back up. Back the fuck up. Who the fuck are these people? This calls for a dare.
I'm ready.
Following your lead. Hello? Hello?
And a quick save.
All right, then.
I'm ready.
Hey.
Brammerfell the Wayfarer. Do I have some sort of bounty for this guy? Patty's house. Find Mila. I don't think I have any kind of, like, quest for this guy. So maybe he's here somehow related to the Iron and Flame quest that I'm doing. Well, let's find out.
Of course.
A motley gathering stands at the crossroads. At first glance, the person at the head of the group seems more monster than man. Two large and curling horns emerge from the sides of his skull, forming a hardened carapace that is pocked like coral. Down its center, this strange shell splits, revealing the ash-gray skin of a man's face, obscured above the nose. The horns might seem a mere helmet, save that in several places you cannot tell where the flesh ends and the bone begins. So he's a death god-like. From the neck down, however, this is by all appearances a human man, clad in fine armor of the same dark shade as his features. The man smiles, revealing long white teeth, from which the gums have retracted. Despite his masked eyes, he looks unerringly in your direction. Hail, traveler, and well met. He turns to Pallegina, smiling all the wider. Hey now, pretty lady. Had I your patron, I'd be a dark bird still, but all the more handsome for it. Patron, that's one way of putting it. Delusional, but we all deal with it in our own way. He laughs quietly. Are you enjoying the fresh air? We, he gestures to the men and women behind him, are doing much the same. You seem well armed for scholars. You seem well armed for scholars. Ah, but we are not scriveners or aspiring priests, but rather scholars of death. We're better to witness it than the road. He laughs. These paths are not very safe. Hey Jen, how you doing? This is cruel? What's cruel? What's cruel? Paths are not very safe, he says. For instance, I have heard tell that there are certain groups comprised of individuals both skilled and handsome who, depending upon the monetary fortunes of strangers, will unseam these poor devils from nose to knave and thereby send them into the next life. So he's saying they're going to rob us or kill us. Jen says, Steam keeps poking me and telling me this game is on sale, so you're basically forcing me to buy it. Yes, I'm forcing you. I'm essentially forcing you. Yes. That's precisely what I'm doing. That's the whole reason I'm streaming. The entire reason. I have a little underground deal with Obsidian. Actually, if you look at my thing, the official Obsidian channel is following me on Twitch. I had them in my stream once, not that long ago. It was just like a week or two ago. They came in while I was streaming this and they talked to me some. It was pretty awesome. And while they were here, we made a deal about forcing you to buy the game. Alright, so this guy's threatening us. I don't think he understands who he's dealing with. I think our talk is done. Kill that one slow. I want to see the light leave her. Alright, well, here's the deal, ass munch. What do we have? Mercenary. These guys are heavily armored. They have shields. We've got a mercenary soul reaver with a shield and like a rapier. What? Grammar fell the wayfarer. What's he got? A pistol? Mercenary tracker must be the ranger with the bear. There's a gunner with an arquebus. A couple crossbowmen and wayward priest. All right. Well.
Hey.
First things first. We're gonna just jam in through here, and we're gonna. She is gonna go right after Grammerfell the Wayfarer with chosen enemy. Devil of Karok's gonna take out this guy. It's nice to be fighting normal humans that aren't immune to all of my status effects and shit. She's gonna come over here, go after this priest. He'll help work on the boss. She'll drop this here. Is he dead already? Oh my god! Oh, I didn't see the decimal point there for a second. And I thought she had dealt 1,352 damage. I was gonna be like, what? What madness is this? Even so, she did a nice... She one-shotted him with fucking Sworn Enemy, which is hilarious. Mercenary Soul Reaver's getting rocked by Devil of Karok. Don't have to worry too much about him. He's gonna come in. Here's a mercenary that she can knock down and then start using her Flames of Devotion on. He needs a new target. Oh, we've already killed that priest too. Oh, these guys are weak. Weak. Get after that crossbowman. She needs a new target. So she's gonna do that. And she needs a new target. She'll go after this gunner here. She needs a new target because hers already melted.
Got him.
He needs to just go knock somebody down.
Got him.
Kitty just 112-pieced that one. Well, that was pretty easy. As you prepare to strike a final blow, Grammerfell raises a hand. Wait! You have won the day. Mercy, traveler, I beg you. No, you'll die here. Yeah, no, there's no mercy today. Not for you. Brigand. Blackguard. Ne'er-do-well, rapscallion. Cur, scoundrel, dog. Oh, dead man stands. Let's see what those are all about. Froghelm.
Sure.
Fine arquebus. Crested hat. Alright, well, that was no big problem. That was no problem at all. We barely even got touched. In fact, holy shit. We lost 0 health in that fight. Even Adair. Nobody lost a single point of health. We just... Are you sitting there with a thesaurus or what? No, that was just off the top of my head. Dead man stands. To lay unconsciousness for 3 seconds. That's pretty cool. Nerf you. Hey, Shadow Ape 34. Sweat from a baboon's balls. Yes. Shadow Ape 34. That is a fine thing to say. Alright. A Vailia necromancer, tired of his profession's unsavory reputation, and created these boots to sustain adventurers on their last legs. Contrary to popular superstition, these boots do not contain the souls of the necromancer's victims and enemies. Drawing instead on some of the same research that his colleagues had used to preserve essence in necrotized flesh and bone, he imbued these boots with magic that would bolster the wearer's vitality for a few additional seconds. While the extra time is rarely enough to finish a battle, it's allowed more than one lucky adventurer to seek emergency healing instead of falling unconscious or dead. Those are pretty nice. Except, I really quite like all the boots that we've got. Except these Animancer's boots, I don't care that much about them. No, I guess I like them better than... I'll just hold on to these. Quoted from Coming to America? Coming to America with Eddie Murphy? Oh man, I haven't seen that movie in so long. Can't you see I'm coming to America?
I shall be
The
quiet
song
as a
from it
calm
went
sea,
something like that.
which is...
Alright, let's do the other blessing on the hammer here. Stop. Hammer time. The ash-covered shrine of Magron stands before you, the scent of charred wood still lingering in the air. We will place Maska's forge hammer on the shrine. The temperature around you begins to rise, and before long you feel as if you're standing in front of an open forge. Maska's hammer begins to glow red-hot. Suddenly, the ground near the shrine erupts into columns of living fire. Flame blights. In the sky, winged shapes dive towards you, smoke trailing from their wide-open jaws. Oh shit, I wasn't expecting this. Man, I am about to get wrecked, because my party is in a bad position. Was not expecting this. Oh good, they're over there. I thought they were just going to descend right here amidst us. Amidst us? Who speaks like that? Greater flame blights. What's this about flying? I'm thinking drakes, or maybe even... No, it's not going to be full-fledged dragons. That'd be ridiculous. Drakes, though. There's going to be some drakes, some greater flame blights. Okay, so if you are not a dare, run the fuck back here. Run the fuck back here. If you are a dare, run this way. You are a dare, charge the fuck in here. Oh, there's our drakes. Hi, drakes. You are a dare, charge this drake. You are a dare, knock this drake down. If you're not a dare, and you are Pallegina, then what you should do... Oh no! All of her stuff does fire damage. And these things are like immune to it. What about drakes? Are they immune to fire damage? If only I had some way of knowing that. They have very high burn resistance, but not immune. Well, she'll do Sworn Enemy on... I don't know. Doesn't matter. Even if the initial damage from this doesn't do anything, she'll still get the damage boost for her attacks against it, so she'll pick that target. He's going to help out with this drake right here. She is going to drop a silent scream here. She's going to zap and stun this one. She is gonna stun this one. And go! Alright, so Sworn Enemy went off. Alright, that one's Sworn Enemied. Did that even do anything? Of course it didn't. Barely injured. Alright, now she can get in there and... Oh, even this is her special attack, too. Flames of Devotion does extra damage as burn. Fuck. Let's see if she can knock it down. Meanwhile, did she already kill her target? She must have, because... Oh, we're destroying these things so fast. This isn't even fair.
Got him!
Let's do a knockdown. This drake right here. Oh, cool, he knocked it out of the air. Her target is dead. He needs it. Oh, he's got 7. He can do this freeze damage thing. Of course, they'll all be dead by the time he does. She needs a new target. We'll blinding strike that one. Alright, well that was no big deal. Jen says I have to sleep, so freaking tired I never catch the reading. Bye! Have a good night! Sleep well. Thanks for stopping by for a few minutes. See you next time. Shadowape says, I haven't seen you play this since day one. Guess you're showing your age. Oh, really? Way back when I started this playthrough? When I played for 50 hours straight? That was crazy. Literally crazy. Bunch of Primal Flames, Drake Talons. More Drake Talon. More Primal Flames. That was an easier fight than it looked like it was gonna be.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Alright. What does my thing tell me to do now? I've completed the ritual for Mazca, and her forge hammer is now enchanted. I need to return it to her at the Temple of Abaddon in Stalwart. Right. So I was thinking about stopping by Cad Nua.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Stop by Cad Nua. I'm gonna try to talk to Zahua again, because apparently I need to go back through some of the dialogue nodes with him that I've already done in order to get this new quest to pop up. So we're gonna do that.
Gelade, well done.
No.
A formidable fortress in the old style. We don't build them like this anymore, you know. Not by the sea. Too vulnerable to cannons.
No one cares. You've said that like 100 times. Alright, let's try talking to Zahua again and see if we can get some new stuff out of him.
If you say so.
Alright, Zahua. We're gonna chat you up right now.
What do you need of Zawa?
Let's see. Where did you learn how to fight?
Most Akan have two choices. They can grow crops, or they can become Nalpazka warriors. I was the youngest of 5. A dreamer. The Nalpazka were always in my thoughts. They did not feel the same about me. 3 times I tried to join their ranks. 3 times I was refused.
Why were you refused?
All that time spent dreaming, and I had not thought to prepare. I was lazy, uncoordinated, overweight.
I can relate to that.
If they had not refused me, what shame I might have brought to them.
But they accepted you eventually?
They had no choice. Our high priestess had a vision.
Let me guess. Malkachoa?
Malkachoa, plus some other shit, knowing her. No one put on a better ceremony than she did.
You said some other shit. What did she see?
She saw me as chieftain, leading a host of Nalpazka warriors to victory over our enemies, the Kechmatl.
The last word twists his mouth as though he'd eaten something spoiled.
Our last chieftain had died over the winter. A new one had not yet arisen from the Nalpazka. So the timing was right. The next day they brought me before Ishipilo, the great master of the Nalpazka, and I became his pupil.
And this Ishipito taught you everything you know now?
I still trained with the other instructors, sparred and meditated with my Nalpazka brothers and sisters. I learned from all of them. But learning from Ishipilo was a chieftain's privilege. He knew the secrets that could grant mastery over reality, invincibility in combat. When a Nalpazka was deemed a worthy successor to a chieftain, greater than all his peers, Ishipilo would take him in, prepare him for the future. I would not be as I am now without his lessons.
What was it your master never taught you?
When I was brought to him, I knew how unworthy I was. But if he disapproved, he never showed it. In my shame, I gave him everything I had. He tutored me for 7 years, and in that time I became greater than the rest. Then the day came when he was to teach me the final secret of the Anitle. This is the unbeatable warrior all Takan chieftains must become to protect our people.
The Anitle.
Ishipilo never showed. I found him in his study, meditating. Or perhaps staring off. I couldn't say. Master, I said, is it time for me to learn to be the Anitle? Not yet, he said. And that was all.
Zahua's mouth barely moves as he speaks.
He never gave me another lesson. A year later, he was dead of old age. They named me chieftain, anyway.
These look like some new options. Good. Someone else must have been able to teach you.
At any time, two people know the secret of becoming the Anitle, the chieftain and the master of the Nalpazka. When Ishipilo died, the knowledge was lost to us forever.
Maybe he was testing you.
I thought so as well. I tried everything. Patience, rage, cleverness, acceptance. Not yet, he would say. Not yet.
You seem to have managed in spite of that.
Have I?
Still didn't give me a new quest here. I want to ask you about something else.
You would ask much of one who knows little.
What happened after you became chieftain?
Word of Ishipilo's death spread. Our enemies saw the opportunity. The Ketch-model chieftain came with gifts to honor my rule. But his real purpose was to look me in the eye, to know if Zawa might be beaten. I looked at him, and I imagined that I was the Anitle, free of all the worldly snares, that my master had taught me everything.
His mouth tightens.
When he turned to leave, I saw he wore a secret smile, and I knew I had failed. 3 days later, they attacked.
Because of you, Zawa. You were too weak, and you got your people attacked. You probably carry the shame of this.
They were many times greater than our numbers. They had been trying to conquer us for generations, and the Takan chieftain had always sent them running. The power of the Anitle.
He shakes his head.
In my heart, I knew we would lose. And it would be because I was not the Anitle.
What did you do?
What we had always done. I gathered my Nalpazka warriors and led a charge into the belly of their army.
Yeah.
The Nalpazka believed Zawa was the Anitle, and it gave them strength. For their sakes, for Takan, I believed it too. My mind found a place it had never reached before. I could see my enemies' moves before they made them. I could see my own actions in front of me, the path to victory. I did as I saw, and the Ketch-model fell in heaps.
Maybe he was the Anitle. He just needed to believe. Like Neo being the one.
And then the Ketch-model chieftain came to face me, and he knew Zawa was not the Anitle. When I saw him, I knew it too. I hesitated. My enemies fell upon me. One by one, the Nalpazka were defeated, and Takan was conquered.
Pretty much your fault, Zawa. Way to fail, bro. What became of your people? Zawa takes a slow breath.
Of the men, they made slaves. Of the women, they made wives. Their way is to absorb the conquered. Make them forget themselves.
If Ketch-model defeated you, how did you survive? Hey, Killzone 627, how you doing? Good to see ya. What is up?
They take you alive if you are a chieftain. They break your body and your spirit. Then they show you to their people, and to yours, broken. After that, they cut off your head so that they may drink your soul from it.
Wow, they drink your soul from your head. That's, well, that's rude. He flicks his fingertips casually across his throat. But he doesn't look like he's had his head cut off and his soul drank out of it, so what happened? But you got out of it? I'm good, Killzone, thanks. I'm pretty good.
Oh no, they did all of those things to me.
Zawa laughs.
They flayed me until my screams became whispers. Until I no longer knew who I was, and my only hope was to die soon.
You just stopping by to say hello? I hope all is going well. Yeah, everything's great, thanks. Well, cool, thanks for stopping by to say hi. Always nice. If you're leaving, then have a good night. See you next time. So they flayed him. That sounds bad. But then what happened?
But they didn't stop. And that was their mistake. In my lowest moment, I released my grip on many worldly things I had come to embrace since my master's death. The pain made the world clear again. They brought me out to be executed, not knowing any better. They swung the machete down upon my neck, but it would not cleave.
He mimes the interrupted swing.
Each hack of the knife brought great pain, and the pain showed me glimpses of pure truth. For a moment at a time, I was the Anitle.
So the pain brought him his clarity and strength, which makes sense since he's a monk, and the monks in this game power their abilities by taking wounds.
I broke my bonds by seeing beyond them. I slew my executioner by knowing I would slay him.
This guy's starting to remind me of Dakon from Planescape Torment. I kind of wish I had room for him in my party, but I don't want to get rid of anybody. Were you able to free your people after that? All at once, Zawa seems to deflate.
No. When the pain faded, so did my enlightenment. But it was enough to make my escape. I swore to return when my soul was ready to defeat the Quetzalcoatl. When I had rediscovered my master's lost secrets.
You said you swore to return to liberate your people. Did you ever free them?
No. I searched my empty homeland for any trace of Ishipilo's knowledge, but I knew he had left none. It would have been too dangerous.
Where can we go to seek out this knowledge, I wonder?
When that failed, I began searching the land to see if knowledge of the Anitle had come from abroad. I visited temples and monasteries. All the while, Zawa was trying to find the answer within himself as well. Meditation, Malkachoa, 1,000 practices he had learned as Nalpaska or dreamed on his own. He becomes nearer to the Anitle every day, but his soul is not free. He is not the Anitle.
Why not try to free them anyway if you're close?
The final step is the difference between invincibility and certain failure.
Oh.
I see it before me as a line drawn in blood.
So, kind of an all or nothing thing. Invincibility down does sound better than certain failure, so let's get you your Anitle. Man, what do we need to do?
Quetzalcoatl has only grown over time, swallowed all its rivals. It would take no less than the Anitle to free and protect the Takan now.
What if you die without rediscovering your master's knowledge?
Then the Takan will be no worse off than they are now. But they do deserve better.
Is there any way I can help? Perhaps there is. In my journey to Stalwart, I passed through a place that put my soul on edge. I don't know what it was about the place, but I had intended to return there after I had fulfilled my pledge to Stalwart's mayor. The answers I search for now are of the soul, and such resonances should not be ignored. I believe the locals call the place White Stone Hollow. It lies east of Stalwart. I would return there and explore its energy, if we should pass that way. Alright.
You would ask much of one who knows little.
Let's keep moving. Now I got his quest, Secrets of the Takan. Cool. Zawa has asked that we travel into the wilderness east of Stalwart, where he encountered a place that resonated with his soul. He hopes there might be answers there that might help him fulfill his vow to free his people from slavery. Travel to Whitestone Hollow. Zawa mentioned a place called Whitestone Hollow east of Stalwart that he felt had some spiritual significance to him. He requested that we explore it. Alright, so I will take Zawa there and do that with him later. I just wanted to get the quest so that it would be in my log and I would always be reminded of it. And I wouldn't forget about it. So, Zawa, you can go.
Very well.
Welcome back, Devil. Devil can move back up here.
Right here.
Right.
Okay, good. We've rested. Let's go, oh yeah, where are we going? Oh yeah, we're going back to Stalwart to bring back the Blessed Hammer to the Temple of, Abaddon there. Going back to Stalwart. Going back to Stalwart. Another loading screen. There's the Stalwart loading screen. You see the hot springs. You can see the snow. The roofs especially designed to cause the snow to slide off them rather than build up on top of them. That is a place that gets a lot of snow. Because they get so much snow, presumably, that if they had flat roofs, the roofs would cave in from having too much snow on them. An outhouse. Azuro has arrived, offering to sell you Rhyme Cutter for 600. Coming at me with Rhyme Cutter again? Man, we already read about this axe. We already know about this axe. I don't want it. Go to the Temple of Abaddon. Here it is. Quick save before I enter, just in case. What does it say about this item in my inventory now? It's in my stash under quest items. Forge Hammer. Doesn't say anything about it being specially blessed, but whatever. We know it is. Alright, Mazka, good news. We've got your holy hammer. We will help you cheat on your, like, trial of the gods or whatever. Hey there. I hope you're not having any trouble with that ritual. You could have warned me about the flame blights and drakes. The what now? Nothing in the ritual mentioned any of that. Maybe they just happened to be in the area. Here's your hammer. If it summons anything else, it's your problem. Just in time, too. I was supposed to be done with this sword yesterday. Okay, magic hammer, do your thing. She raises the hammer and prepares to strike the unfinished sword. I'm just gonna watch. Mazka swings the hammer down hard, and both blade and anvil ring with the force of the blow. The blade's metal ripples like liquid as it shapes itself into a proper sword. Mazka grins and nods at you. But the ringing continues, becoming more and more shrill, and just as the sound becomes unbearable, the sword shatters, scattering metal shards across the room.
Talfir's ritual. I haven't seen anyone try to use it in some time.
He glances at you.
You had help, of course, but it doesn't change the fact that you were the instigator. Mazka, is there any reason I shouldn't immediately cast you out of the temple?
No, Master. Mazka's eyes are fixed on the floor. We got her in trouble.
What about you?
Engrim turns to you.
You made yourself a part of this. Is there anything you wish to say in Mazka's defense?
Let's see. There's lots of options here. Errors can be reforged into lessons. It says so right here in this book. She was tired of disappointing you. Her solution was creative. Mazka's a worthless smith. Your temple would be better off without her. That's fucked up. Or I can be stoic. Or I can say leave me out of this. Or I can say I have nothing left to say. I'm not really on Mazka's side here. She did try to cheat. I think I'll just be stoic.
Very well. Mazka, I cast you from this temple. Take nothing but what you brought with you when you arrived.
But... Mazka's eyes well up with tears. Yes, Master. She turns to you. Thank you for trying to help. Here, take this. It's one of the few weapons I made that turned out alright. Iron and Flame completed. For attempting to fake an improvement in her smithing skills through magical means, Engrim has banished Mazka from the Temple of Abaddon. Major adventure completed. Aloth returns to the stronghold with average reputation with twin elves and items. Spoilers await in the Great Hall treasury chest. Well, that's nice. What'd she give us? The Unlabored Blade. Oh, wow, it's an actual legendary, or whatever you call it, soulbound dagger. If I had a rogue that used melee, I'd probably use this. But we don't use melee. It's superb. I wonder what it does. Simple might be as specific as one can be when describing this dagger. Its handle is leather-wrapped and plain. Its blade is bronze. It has no markings, no filigree, no gems, or fancy metalwork. It appears well made, but it is so unremarkable that it is a challenge to judge. There is a sense in holding it that there must be something more there, if only because it is difficult to believe any craftsman would take so little pride in his work. Huh. Wonder what it does when you bind it. I'm tempted to bind it to the dare just to see. But I don't think I'm going to. The beet shield. You know, he loves those boiled beets. Beets. Alright, well, that's that. Anything else to say, Ingram?
Our doors are always open and our forge always alight. How may I help? Farewell.
That quest is done. What do we want to do next? What do we want to do next? Let's see. North Weald. Durgan's Battery. Searing Falls. Really? Searing Falls. Whitestone Hollow. Oh yeah, let's figure out this Mila situation. I think I need to go talk to the merchant guy about Mila. I don't remember if I already did this, and if I just forgot what I learned, or if I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna go talk to the merchant guy over here on the sort of northwest part of town. Because they said that she used to hang around his shop all the time. Let's see, where is the shop? I think it's this round building, this yurt-looking building. This is what I want. Hammond is the guy. Hopefully, he has info for us. And he will tell us. Infotel. Here we go. May I be of service? Hammond gives you the broad, gleaming smile of a born salesman. There's a little girl, Mila, that comes around here. I heard she's been causing trouble for you. She's out of control, though I suppose one can hardly blame her, what with the way her own mother's always screaming at her. He leans across the counter and speaks to you in a conspiratorial whisper. I mean, where do you think the little rascal learns that kind of behavior, huh? He tilts his head. Only person I've ever seen give her a proper talking to is that wild woman who loiters by the hut just south of here. Aska, that's her name. I don't know what it was about, but the girl's eyes were this big. He curves his hands into circles as large as goose eggs. But I suppose someone's got to do it. I told the girl's mother I'd be speaking with Mayor Tarfos if I caught her picking around my shop again, so I guess it worked. He shrugs. Farewell. Alright, so we have a lead. Hammond hasn't seen Mila, but he saw Aska scolding her the other day. Aska's usually by the yurt just south of Hammond's shop. Oh, it is a yurt. Proper yurts. Just like the Mongols used. Maybe they still use them. I don't know. I imagine modern-day Mongolia has all, you know, normal, like, buildings and stuff. I don't think you go there and everybody's, like, living in yurts. That seems unlikely. There's Aska. Let's ask her some questions. Yeah. I just made that joke. Looking for work? I know, we've got plenty to do around here. I heard you scolded Royce's girl. Aska cocks her head, thinking for a moment. Then she begins laughing. Oh, you know what that girl did? Snatched a whole chicken from the Gref's rest. Raw! Told her I'd better not catch her thieving again, but I was trying my damnedest not to laugh. Funny kid. She wipes a tear from the corner of her eye. But it's got to be rough on her, you know. Her old man's working at the battery, and he's one absence away from getting fired again. Blazes! Only reason Lodgar still has a job is 'cause Wingra's a softy beneath all that soot. But Mila, she showed up at the battery the other day and nearly got him sacked. Since then, I've been keeping to myself. I've seen her keeping to herself, I mean. Spends a lot of time at the temple, come to think of it. Things may have quieted down some with the ogres lately, but there's been no shortage of new trouble or work for those interested. Just saying. That wasn't really very helpful. Asuka mentioned that Mila doesn't seem to have a lot of guidance. Her father, Lodgar, works at Durgan's battery and has had trouble keeping a job. Mila got in trouble recently for visiting him, and she's been hanging around the village temple ever since. Yeah, I know that the drawing of hers was in the temple. And it says, that was already updated in my journal about the drawing, and it says I should ask someone who knows Mila well to see if they know more about this place. I feel like I probably need to go... Who's the mother? Royce. Where is she? I can't remember where she is. The mother that gave me this quest in the first place. In the tavern, maybe? Apparently it's a pleasure to see me. Yeah, the pleasure's all mine. Royce. Well, I'm gonna go in here yet again and talk to the priest guy. Maybe he has information about her now. We'll take a second look at the drawing. Alright, good time to stop the episode. We're gonna talk to this priest and look at the drawing again in our next episode, but that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity.